Caitlin Clark shutting it down once again at the Annika. Record-breaking numbers, as we knew would happen. Caitlin Clark definitely put it down, man. She showed the star power that she has. She had the golf course. The electricity was there. It was lit.
What if I told you that Caitlin Clark just broke a record that Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods would be proud of? At the Annika Pro-Am in Florida, something happened that shocked people in both basketball and golf. For 2 years, the WNBA didn't pay attention to its best player, but the LPGA rolled out the red carpet. The whole Tiger treatment was given to her. A huge number of people came to Pelican Golf Club, more than at any other time in recent years. But nobody thought this would happen. Clark did more than just play golf. She beat a record which shows that her wide popularity is real. Do you think the WNBA will ever see how appealing Caitlin is? Write your answer in the space below.
The GOAT, Caitlin Clark, took her talents to the golf course just a couple days ago, and it was a great success. It was a major story that everyone was talking about. Everyone was tuned in.
Before we talk about her record, let's look at how Clark got ready for this important day. What's the difference between good players and legends? That's what they do when no one is around. People were curious about how Clark would handle the attention on golf after an injury-filled basketball season, but she was learning from the best golfer of all time. Michael Jordan doesn't just ask anyone to Grove 23. On his private course, business deals and fortunes are made.
Well, it looked like Caitlin Clark has had a private meeting with none other than the GOAT himself, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Grove 23 is in the Florida town of Hobound. In 2019, this high-end invitation-only course started. Jordan made it to show how much he wanted to be perfect. A learning center, a practice range, and an 18-hole course make up the course. Drones are even used to bring drinks to the players while they play. The building goes well with Jordan's idea. People who have won championships and leaders from Nike often come here. Behind closed doors, Jordan taught Clark how to build a business instead of how to hit a golf ball. There were also executives from Nike there, and they talked about player edition shoes and cross-promotional deals that could change her whole business. The talks were mostly about cross-sport marketing strategies and leaving a lasting impression. Jordan said that real stars are more than just athletes.
This is major for Caitlin Clark to be there with my MJ. This speaks volumes to her brand. It speaks volumes to where you want to be during the offseason. I know a lot of people are going to say Caitlin Clark should be training. She's with Michael Jordan.
Clark showed up in a Nike suit with her CC logo on it. When she was being interviewed, she talked about her own player edition Nike golf shoes. She said that they were still being worked on. This care for detail shows how seriously she takes building her brand in every way, even basketball. Jordan knew what Clark was going through because he had been there himself. The stress of having to be better than your sport. Grove 23 was the perfect place to have tough talks away from the press and public scrutiny. Jordan invited Clark because he thought she could get more people interested in sports by being truly great.
Recognize GOATs. The biggest GOAT of them all. The greatest of all time to ever play a sport. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know who's working out, who's training and prepping for their golf tournament, getting a golf swing right at Michael Jordan's private golf course? One, Caitlin.
It wasn't about getting better at putting during the talks at Grove 23. Their main goal was to make her business plan better. Jordan saw right away that Clark could be a crossover star. He saw that she had the rare combination of athletic skill and true personality that makes a star. On the golf course, it was clear that she liked to be competitive. She swung the ball with the same accuracy and focus that helped her win basketball games. Clark's choice to play in a well-known golf tournament sends a bigger message. She's still committed, still making progress, and still a big part of the Fever's future. It sends a strong message about where her brand is going next that she is taking part. As the Fever thought about 2026, her attendance at a sports game other than basketball reinforced a number of ideas.
Caitlin Clark taking a photo here with the kid. And a kid actually got the Caitlin Clark's on, if you noticed. Yeah. Got the CCs on. And what's the big deal? What's the big deal, KTV? Shout out to offseason Caitlin Clark source. The location, Michael Jordan's private golf course. GOATs recognize GOATs.
The LPGA has never seen anything like this before. Basketball players are getting caddy bibs instead of shirts. It wasn't just for show that Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull were there. They turned Clark's golf round into a show that everyone had to see. The Golf Channel showed live footage, which they usually only do for big tournaments. Commentators couldn't stop talking about how strange it was that these three Fever friends got along so well.
Oh, let's go. Real
Did they
deal.
see you? Yeah. Okay.
So unserious. Did you put snacks in here?
Yeah.
You guys want to get out here and hit that? Hit it hard. We're here to support. You guys look like you're literally about to play basketball. Hello.
Sophie took on the job of caddy with the wit she always has. In a joke, she said she hoped she wouldn't be kicked out of the group. Her lively personality was very different from the usual caddying chores. This approach of having fun made the whole event more interesting for people watching at home. Sophie knows how to keep the round exciting the whole time. After that, Sophie did something that could have been very bad. While she was having fun, she hit a fan with her car by accident. For a split second, everyone in the room was quiet. Everyone watched as the cameras got closer and waited for something to happen. At golf games, it's rare for famous caddies to hit spectators with errant shots. In an instant, the mood went from being excited to being worried.
And then comes along her teammates.
Yeah, Sophie delivered something. For right. F-O-R-E. Felt a little bad, but you know what you do? You run over to the rope line and say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a hug. Look at all these guys now fainting, trying to say, hey, it was me. You hit me, Sophie. You hit me.
They got great personalities, the Fever girls. She was straight down there. They've had so much fun out there today. And she did say before she hit that ball, she said, get back, because this could literally go anywhere.
Are you okay? Yeah.
Clark's answer came right away and was perfect. Man down, using humor to turn something that could be unpleasant into pure gold. The fan said right away that getting hit was worth it. To which Sophie replied, says your wife, which made everyone laugh. Because she was so smart, she changed a situation that could have been awkward into something fun. The three Fever teammates worked well together on both basketball fields and golf courses. They seemed to be having a real talk, not one that was staged for the cameras. Clark, Cunningham, and Hull enjoyed being with each other. Every time they saw each other, it showed how friendly they were. They were there for each other through good and bad shots. They have a real friendship that fans don't see very often. Sports stars are just having fun with each other. The talks with the Golf Channel showed more about their personalities than just their basketball roles. For example, one caddy played golf every day because her boyfriend loves the game. She was very good at her job. She knew more about how to play the game and choose the right clubs than most famous caddies. Sophie even had a Happy Gilmore moment, which showed that today was not just about competition, but also about fun. The event became known for how badly she drove. Even though something went wrong, she kept her confidence and sense of fun. Instead, she focused on the funny parts of the situation. During the whole round, fans shouted that Cunningham and Hull should quit because they were so sick. Sophie answered right away, "We want them to pay us." At this point, it became clear that the WNBA was still negotiating a new deal. Her comment made a reference to the fact that players want more money and power over their lives. The relationship between Clark and her caddy showed that her star power goes up when she's with the right people. On the golf course, her friends brought their own personalities and fan bases. Along with Clark's golf game, their look led to many stories. When these three things came together, they made perfect TV for basketball and golf fans. Things were really funny, but there was something much bigger going on in the background that no one saw coming. Remember how I said Clark had broken a record that even Jordan and Tiger would be proud of? Here's what really took place. The LPGA has been trying to get more people to watch for years. But nothing could have prepared them for how Clark's appearance would affect their numbers.
Lexi, oh! Show Caitlin how it's done. Oh, fuck that thing. Don't hit me one, Lexi. I'll try not to, thank you. Don't break my driver now. Yep. Support it.
Clark didn't just teach basketball fans how to play golf. People came to watch her that the LPGA hadn't seen since Tiger was at his best. No one thought the crowds at Pelican Golf Club would be as deep as they were. They were full of cars hours before tee time. The shop stands were out of Clark-related items by noon. The pro shop had never seen so many people want one star. Reports say that participation grew by 1,200% compared to previous Pro-Am tournaments. The growth was quick and big. Small groups of people cheer for their favorite golfers at most Pro-Am games. Clark's quiet presence made the air feel electric. People shouted her name, which could be T or green. They yelled MVP while she putted. Security had to hire more people to keep the crowd under control.
Big is Caitlin Clark on the LPGA. Last year, according to media data tracked by Gamebridge, there were 395 television segments that mentioned Caitlin Clark and the Annika. On the Pro-Am day alone, there were 2,693 posts on X mentioning Caitlin Clark playing in the Pro-Am that generated 241,000 engagements and 18 million impressions. Damn, that's them big girl numbers. Them big girl numbers. The tournament's Instagram account saw a 591% increase in views year over year, while the tournament's website saw traffic increase by 121%.
But going was just the beginning. Viewership numbers broke LPGA records as golf. Channels showed live footage of events that are usually only shown at major tournaments. The network changed the whole lineup of shows it showed. Plus, they added more cameras and commentators. There had never been so many people on social media at the LPGA. The number of streams hit levels that are usually only seen during the year's biggest tournaments. This is where the difference stands out. Clark was abused physically and mentally for 2 years in the WNBA, but the LPGA treated her like a queen. When Clark agreed to play, the LPGA knew they had a good thing on their hands. They kept advertising the show nonstop. They made one-of-a-kind things. They set up times for people to sign autographs and take pictures. Golf Channel critics weren't afraid to say that the WNBA was wasting Clark's star power and ability to appeal to a wide audience. They talked about how the league wasn't protecting its most important asset. They talked about Clark's rough behavior, which he kept up without enough help from officials. They talked a lot about how the WNBA missed chances to show off its best player.
Anytime that Caitlin Clark provides record-breaking numbers in viewership, as we've seen her do over and over in the WNBA. The WNBA seems to be the only league to not appreciate it, though. They seem to be the only league that want to make it about people, others, you know, and that's just not the players that like Angel Reese who scream "Me Too" when they can't even get ratings without Caitlin.
The LPGA made signing areas and special shows for Clark because they knew how valuable she was. They treated her like a tiger. They gave her the best tee times. They put her with well-known players. They made sure that her experience was special in every way. The group saw that Clark could make their whole sport better. A lot of news outlets covered the event, which started early and ended late. Clark was talked to several times during the show. People talked about how appealing she was to a wide range of people and what that meant for women's sports. The quality of the production was the same as big titles. Clark broke audience and viewing records for the LPGA, showing that her popularity goes beyond basketball in ways that the WNBA didn't fully understand. Her attractiveness goes beyond the sport she loves. Everywhere she goes, she brings in new people. Fans of all sports and age groups like how honest she is. This day that broke records sent a strong message about what can happen when a league values its best players and doesn't take them for granted.
Be honest and say what it truly is, which is it's the Caitlin Clark effect. It's the Caitlin Clark show, the Golden Goose, the needle, not the needle mover. She is the needle. And rather than give her flowers and respect what she is truly doing for everybody around, because as you can see, everyone is trying to get paid now in the WNBA based on Caitlin Clark's numbers that she brought in and things like that. They'd rather try to lie and convince themselves that it is about other people, which is absolutely disgusting.
Every once in a while, an athlete does something that makes you stop everything and just watch. A lot of people crowded around the green on the 10th hole, where Clark had to make a 35-foot putt from the sign. It looked like the Masters. Behind the ropes, there were 5 people in the gallery. Fans climbed trees to get a better look. There were security guards all over the crowd to keep it under control. It wasn't just any putt. Clark had the chance to show that her hand-eye coordination is good in more than one event. Everything had to be just right because of the distance. If it was too hard, the ball would go past the hole. It will die too soon if it is too soft. The rise of the green added another level of difficulty. Professional players miss a lot of putts like this one. Clark looked at the green for a long time. She got down behind the ball and looked at the line. Hull, who was her caddy, gave her advice by pointing out small cracks in the putting surface. The crowd's noise died down to whispers. People who were operating the cameras moved around to get the best shots. The experts at Golf Channel were ready for either happiness or sadness. A huge crowd of people held their breath as the ball rolled perfectly over the green and toward the hole. It was easy to tell when everyone thought the putt had a chance. The volume slowly went up. People took out their phones to record the scene. Clark walked next to the ball as it got closer to the cup, following its path. The roar was huge when it hit the ground. This is the sound you only hear during March Madness or in the very last seconds of a title game. For joy, Clark threw up her arms. Sophie and Lexi rushed to hug her. The crowd screamed as if she had just made a shot at the end of the game to win it. Fans jumped up and down and gave random people high fives. This experience is even better because of this. Clark was playing while she was getting better from illnesses that had kept her out of the WNBA season. Because of the damage to her ears, she had trouble keeping her balance for months. During the finals, her ankle problems made it hard for her to move around. Still, there she was, walking easily across the golf course as if she had no limits.
Just here for good vibes, you know? And shooting for not hurting anyone.
Ooh! Oh. Nice! That's good, see? Woo!
Yeah.
You got it too?
Just continue to work the cameras back. Yep. Hey guys, make sure one item and don't reach out for it.
I got one more. Thank you so much. Really got one more.
Don't let these people push past.
I'm trying to get behind. I'm on the other side of it. Hold on,
She moved with the confidence of someone ready to take over again in 2026, so it looked like she was in great health. Her swing didn't show any hesitation or try to make up for past problems. She walked the path with the same drive she had on the basketball courts. No matter how good or bad her shot was, her drive to win was clear. The shot kept being shown over and over on the golf station, and people on social media were making comparisons to some of Tiger's most famous shots. The video went popular right away after it was posted. Fans of basketball who had never seen golf shared videos of it. People who like golf were asking when Clark would play in more tournaments. For many, that putt changed the rules of what it means to be successful in a mixed sport. People will remember the shot as proof that great athletes can do well in many sports, if they are given the right chances and platforms. When we talk about changing the rules, Clark did a lot more that day than just make one amazing shot. Clark just showed every sports league how to use one player to start a movement that makes all women's sports better. Her performance at Pelican Golf Club, which broke a record, showed how crossover skills can help whole leagues. The LPGA saw her worth right away. They gave her the chance she deserved. We can't wait for the WNBA season to start in 2026. We now know that Clark will bring more to the table than just her basketball skills. She has made a brand that people value. Her success in golf shows that she is ready for anything that comes her way. The hurt she got is behind her. The WNBA should learn from the LPGA and start treating its biggest star like the crossover star she has become. Do you think the WNBA will ever see how appealing Caitlyn is? Write your answer in the space below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all alerts so you never miss anything. We'll see you next after you click the movie on the screen.